Hey everybody, it's TinaMarie Springham. You are watching This is Codi here in Edmonton. I am honored to be his guest, and make sure you subscribe and hit like and tell all your friends, and they'll tell two friends, and they'll tell two friends, and then a whole lot of friends are going to be watching. So I look forward to seeing you there, and you can find out a little bit about me on Facebook, Instagram, Tina-Marie Springham, and I'm also on IMDb under my full name, Tina-Marie Springham. See you there. And Mommy needs you to be really strong. Like your favorite guy, you know, the Hulk? That's it. That's my guy.
That's what I come home to.
Laying on a strange bed, I've got so much tears that I'm thinking it's for real. They locked me in a jail like they used to with the miserable men. Faces on the ceiling, I'm spitting on the chain now my time's breaking to draw from me.
Welcome back to another episode of This is Codi. Today's guest I have on the show is TinaMarie Springham, an actress from Edmonton, Alberta. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Codi.
No problem.
It's great to be here.
When did you start acting?
Earliest recollection, I'm going to say 6 years old. I've always lived in that make-believe world.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What made you decide to get into acting?
I don't think I really made a conscious decision to do it. I love make-believe.
Okay.
So I was always pretending, and my Barbies were always a world of eclectic situations, and but I did understand from a very young age, when I was watching either movies or TV shows or what have you, as much as I was in the story, I understood what the people were doing.
Okay.
And I wanted to do that.
Nice.
I wanted to create those worlds, and I was a big cartoon freak.
Yeah.
So I just loved
As was I. Every Saturday morning kind of thing.
oatmeal,
Yep,
cartoons.
exactly. What was the first role you ever played, like a professional role?
Professional or like just in life?
I guess in life, anything, yeah.
I would have to say that I was in maybe kindergarten.
Okay.
Like, so what is that? It's like 6 years old, 7 years old, something like that.
Yep, something like
I got cast in the school Christmas play. So I started out in theater.
Okay.
And then quickly the following year, I went from like sort of a teeny tiny little two-liner role to narrating the entire Christmas concert thing, which was a huge responsibility. And once again, that opportunity came from one of the teachers who taught an older grade, Mrs. Reiselak, and she saw something in me, and that experience of watching her direct, do the staging and the costumes and everything, I was like, wow, I want to do that on top of the acting thing.
Okay, nice.
And so I just was always fascinated and driven, and I was highly intimidated by her, but I wanted to learn. So.
And you just went for it as you grew
I
up?
did, yeah. And you know, I started to write my own plays, and then one year I got permission to miss recess.
Okay.
and I was able to stay in the what do you call it, the music room and the theater room during recess and write. I was going to write the Christmas concert that year.
Oh,
I think I was in 6th grade at that point, and I kind of missed the bell and was in there for 2 hours. And so when I emerged, I got in a lot of trouble, and they kiboshed my opportunity to do that. And so I kind of went, maybe I'm not meant to do this, which is kind of sad. But now here we are, full circle.
And it's worked out.
And it's working out, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Do you find that there is lots of opportunity for people from Edmonton to get into this line of work?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in my day, there wasn't as much opportunity. I don't think, not as overt. This was, before the internet and before all of that, so you can just Google your opportunities.
Yep.
But really, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. I think this is really important. I wish I would have understood this way back then. it doesn't matter where you're from or who you are or how old you are. If you have a dream, a passion, an understanding of what you're called to do it.
Right.
And if it's not blatantly in front of you, the opportunity, then find your opportunities, create your opportunities. And now in this time of internet and social media and cameras and your phone is your camera,
That's
you
true.
can do that. It's limitless.
Okay.
And so the only person that would be stopping you is you.
Absolutely.
So don't.
So don't
Get
stop.
out of your own way.
All right, so like I said, you're from Edmonton.
Yes.
And you're now living in Vancouver.
Yes.
But you stopped in town because you're here filming a movie called Broken.
I am, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about tell us what it's about and when can we expect it to come out?
Sure. Yeah, full circle, decades later, left Edmonton to go pursue acting, and here I am doing it in my hometown. The story is a suspense thriller. I can't say too much about it,
Of course.
but it is, a situation gone awry, and then the unraveling of all the of all the tragedies that happened throughout it. I played Janice, the waitress, and I have been at this diner my whole life since I was a teen, so I know all the goings-ons, I know all the characters and their lives, and then in our small town this murder happens, and or seemingly murder happens, and yeah, and then that's about all I can say.
all you
But
can say, yeah.
we were originally supposed to shoot this, film this in April. But Edmonton didn't have enough snow,
Yeah.
so it got pushed to now, which is really awesome to be back home at this time of year and lots of snow and spend time with family at the same time of
Absolutely.
doing what I love to do.
So it's a win-win.
It's a
kind of
win-win,
situation.
yes.
All right. So for someone who's in this line of work, what is some advice that you would give to somebody who is getting into acting?
Well, study your craft for sure. Get out of your own way. Don't listen to the naysayers, because there's always going to be those people who tell you you can't or you're not good enough, and certainly if all it takes is for one person to say that to you, and if you gravitate and cling on to that and believe it, then that's you getting in your own way. Study movies, study film and TV. Know what it is that you want to do,
Yep.
and then do everything you can. Every decision you make, have it funnel to support that dream, that goal.
Yep. Never give up.
Never
That's
give
the-
up.
Yes.
And all of your experiences, all the, when they say, like, people say no, we experience a lot of rejection. I don't believe that. The insecure me years ago believed that.
Okay.
Now I go into an audition knowing full well that I'm either what you're looking for or I'm not. And a lot of times they're not even sure what they're looking for
Right. Okay.
until it's standing or sitting right in front of them, and then they're like, oh my gosh, we didn't even think of it. And I've been fortunate enough in that I've auditioned for a role that fit the criteria that I'm, my age, my height, my hair color, all of that. And then they decide they've gone a different direction, but we really liked your audition, so would you mind reading for this part instead? And it ends up being a juicier role, or a role that I might not have thought I would be seen as.
For sure.
So I've got a couple of those coming up in the new year, where I'm playing a detective when I actually went out for the trophy wife, or
Okay,
so it's
nice.
been really, your possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
And if you think outside the box, then you're bringing that energy to them, and they might think outside the box. So, yeah.
Absolutely. In the past, you were also in music.
Yes.
All right. And then you left it to pursue acting. Can you tell us a little bit about your background in music?
Sure. I went to Los Angeles with the big hopes and dreams of being the actress, because that's where it all happens. And then stumbled into a songwriting, lyric writing situation that then morphed into, well, you kind of have a voice, so why don't you sing? And I was terrified. I didn't set out to do that.
Right.
And ultimately, I ended up getting a record deal And my whole thought process of it was, here's my work visa, and this will get me into acting. And it could have, except that the music sort of snowballed and started rolling, and you have to roll with the...
And that kind of stuff happens so fast.
It happens
well.
so
Yeah.
fast, and you know, I was fortunate to have the experiences I had. They were great, and some of it was not so great. The music industry is tough, and this again was pre-internet, so you couldn't Google the artist. You
Yep.
went to the record stores and you bought the CDs, and I'm totally dating myself, but at the end of the day, I think my message has always been, it doesn't matter, like if it's your calling, you're going to get pulled back towards what you're supposed to do. And ultimately, when the music kind of shifted, that journey shifted for me, I ended up doing some film work in LA, and the recession hit, and I decided that it was better for me to move back to Vancouver, and then got called back to LA 2 or 3 times to work on film. So, you know, you use the word pursuing acting.
Yeah.
It's always been kind of pursuing
I
me,
guess, yeah.
or at least pulling me back into it. So, I then, you know, life takes over for a little while, and the whole time since returning to Vancouver, I was always like, I don't know, maybe I should give this a shot. And, you know, you hear people, and I had to do I had to be really diligent about, like, I hear what you're saying, you know, I'm older now, and I did try, but it's not done for me. And that's not wishful thinking, it's just that feeling of, like, there's something unresolved here.
Right.
And so my life kind of fell apart a couple of years ago in the recent past, and I kind of had a little bit of a breakdown and meltdown, actually, and I blurted out these words of, I have nothing left. Like, I've tried everything, and nothing was really jiving for me. And in that moment of I have nothing left was this epiphany of, well, then I have nothing to lose. So I gave myself this little pep talk in all my tears, and I said, by my birthday, which was 3 months from that moment, I will have an agent, I will be auditioning, I'm gonna dust off my demo reel, I'm gonna dust off my little bit of a resume, and that was March or April of 2017.
Okay.
And now I've done 19 indie projects, voiceover projects. I have an agent, they're amazing, and I'm here filming. I've got 2 more already booked for 2019, and yeah, I just got goosebumps.
It goes back to that saying, never give up.
Never give up.
Never give
ever,
up, 'cause
ever.
everything happens for a reason,
It does,
I guess,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Awesome. My last question for you, who is your dream person to co-star with? And why?
Right.
Yeah.
You kind of prepped me with that question, and it's tough to answer. There's so many incredibly talented veterans in the industry, and there's so many newcomers that are very different and bring a lot to the table in a way that's never been done in our in entertainment. I'd have to say though that there's a lot of women that I look up to in film. Cate Blanchett is one of them. She has played so many incredible characters. Sandra Bullock,
Yep.
she's hilarious and real and funny. I would love to work with either one of those women. As a director that I would love to work with, and maybe it's because it's fresh right now, but I've been following Bradley Cooper.
Yes.
And his directorial debut in A Star Is Born blew me away. But when he really got me was when I came across the movie Blunt, and there's another movie, I'm sorry, I'm just blanking on the title right now, with Jennifer Lawrence. Another great film. And he's really talented.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'd love to work with him, Bradley.
Perfect, Bradley, if you're watching.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have people from Edmonton who are out doing big things like this come back.
Yeah.
So that's great. If you guys want to check out Tina's social media, I'm going to put all her links in the description below. I'm also going to put her IMBD down below as well, so you can check out what she's been in. And make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And thank you so much again.
Thanks so much, Cody.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
All right, see you guys next time.